AOA podcast back for another episode. On this show, we're talking about Ghislaine Maxwell again. Oh my goodness, two in a row.
On already.
Two in a row. Gilgo Beach Killer. We'll dive more into the Erex of Rex Harman. Sofia Vergara is single. Splitsville.
Back on the market, baby.
Yeah, got his chance again. Who would have thought? Jason Luv, Adam 22, and Lena the Plug. Still a story. Out in the Hamptons, they're injecting their junk, and we have a Golden Bachelor, Frankie C.
We do. It's about time. Injecting their junk.
It's about damn time, as Lizzo and I like to say when we're just palling around. You know what I'm saying? I don't invite you to hang out with Lizzo because I just don't think you two would get along.
Just because I don't like the flute?
Mostly. She's very big flautist.
She is a flautist.
She sure is. Ghislaine Maxwell back in the news. I love this gigantic, huge piece of shit. She's afraid to shower now after she's accused one of the prison guards of sexual abuse. Supposedly what happened was, and according to some experts here, sex offenders tend not to shower in prison. They feel like that's where they're going to get
sex offended?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. And so they tend not to shower, and they get like a little stank going on. According to one prison source who spoke to the Daily Mail, what they were saying is people were complaining about her odor, which we talked about in the last time we talked about her, how she ratted out somebody, they got moved out, then the new bunk mate comes in and they're like, this girl stinks. And this is corroborated in this story today, where the prison guard, who according to this source has a mouth like sauce. Is it sauce or gravy? Discuss. This prison guard has a mouth like Cardi B. And so she said, she referred to her business as a hoo-ha, which I actually, that's what
you say.
Yeah, I do say hoo-ha. So me and this prison guard I might invite the prison guard to the next time I hang out with Lizzo.
You and Al Pacino.
Yeah. Hoo-ha. Hoo-ha. So the prison guard was like, your hoo-ha stinks. And she took that the wrong way and filed a complaint against her, but also said that there was some sexual abuse going on as well, too. Now, according to the prison source, none of that actually happened. But if it did, she would deserve it.
Yeah, none more fitting. I mean, what other way to take your hoo-ha stings other than your hoo-ha stink? Like, how many ways is there to take that?
Yeah, yeah. To quote Cuddles, she says, no one wants her old snatch.
No.
All right. That might be a shirt, too.
No one wants your old... Yeah. I tend to avoid shirts that have the word snatch on the front.
Do you?
Oh, I don't wear curse shirts. Do you wear curse shirts?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't, because I'm a responsible adult.
I wear coach shirts, though.
There you go.
No curses, coats.
Link in the description on the merch store right now. Grab that snazzy coach shirt that Frank's wearing, that he drew himself. That is an exact replica of the coach sign just behind him. Is that a dog toy because you're dog sitting?
I'm dog sitting. We have 3 dogs in the house right now.
3? Oh, that's right. Your brother has 2. I forgot.
My brother has 2. One of them is sleeping right next to me.
Nice.
His name is Finn. And the other 2 are in the bedroom, probably passed out.
Getting it
Either way.
Do they fool around? Do they know their cousins? They don't care though. Really.
They don't fool around.
No. That's a relief.
Yeah. No hanky panky.
No hanky panky. All right, so there you go. So now Ghislaine is fearing for her life. She's just a whiny pain in the ass because she's just gonna complain about everything to try and get out of prison.
Is this going to be the next 20 years? We're going to have to hear, this is going, my food is too cold. My
food is too cold.
Come on.
I stubbed my toe. Can you see if I can get early release?
This is, I mean, for what you are away for, you're doing just fine. the punishment you should be getting, compared to what's going on now.
Yeah. Why don't they just throw her
For
in the
lucky.
shower? Like, isn't that a thing? Like,
Yeah, just run like in Shawshank, just run the hose on you. That's
yeah.
it. Delouse you and then and turn the fire hose on like in Rambo.
Yeah. You shouldn't be able to walk around stinking
Yeah.
in a prison setting. Like, that should get you beat up.
They should get that, that new Dawn spray that they have now.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Dish soap, and just spray the crap out of it and hose it down.
I'd love to spray her with dish soap. I like Rhoda's question here. Are we sure she's there 1,000%? No.
I mean, I don't know how many Ghislaine Maxwells there are in prison.
I also said Rhoda, and it's Rhonda. Sorry, my apologies. I want to thank Rhonda for playing the role of J-Sabs until she gets here.
Ah, see the skeptic conspiracy theorist.
Are you surprised that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, look at this perfect timing. This is perfect. Are you surprised? Oh, Janine's listening to the show. Okay, let's get back in a second.
Turn your radio down before we put you on the air.
Janine made such a big deal out of the girl who got kicked off the plane, who said that motherfucker back there is not real. And I was like, that's hysterical, but it's not going to go anywhere. That girl is still a meme 5 weeks later. I am so surprised that that motherfucker's not real girl is still around. And I'm obsessed with her stuff now.
Do we know? I don't know anything. I know I saw the video of her saying that and getting kicked off, but what the hell was that about? Do we know what happened? Why
we have
she
the
said
expert.
that?
We have Janine here now. What's up, J-Sabs?
J-Sabs.
I was just saying how I was admitting how I'm surprised you were all over this girl from the get, and I thought it was a flash in the pan, and she is still a meme. She's still around. She's still haunting my TikTok feed.
Who, the girl who took the other cock in her mouth?
No, what?
What?
Who are you talking about?
No, we're not talking about Adam 22 yet. We're talking about the girl who's like, that motherfucker back there is not real, the one who got kicked off the plane.
Oh, I'm telling you,
What is her story? Do we know why she said that and what that was?
So correct me if I'm wrong, but nobody's been able to find her. Is that right?
That's correct.
Nobody. How is that possible? All those guys. Who's the fat guy that's like, let me tell you about this stupid conservative? Who's that guy who talks way too close to the phone on TikTok who discovers everybody?
I know who you mean.
You know what I'm talking about. The guy with like the pulled back hair and the beard. And he's like, look, this guy's a piece of shit. Let me explain why. And then he goes on for 4 minutes. You know what I'm talking about, right?
You're on TikTok way too much.
Yeah, way too much. But nobody's been able to locate this girl.
I don't know his name, but I'm sorry. That's right.
What's your opinion on this?
Nope. I'm telling you, there is something strange with this. I think that something is being hidden.
Now,
what are you talking about? What do you mean?
I don't know.
This happened around the time of all the major flight delays. Did it not? Wasn't it like right after all the flight delays? And now Cuddles tells me mass flight delays once again, ripping across the country. Lots of flight delays.
Do we know why?
They don't want us to know.
They
why,
say
frankly.
weather. Right.
Weather. That makes sense. I mean, summer, you got the hurricane season coming up. You got, I'm sure the heat is probably a problem. I don't know if the heat's a problem.
No, heat is not a problem. It's rain. It's storms.
Yeah, there's a lot of storms going on.
The thing is, it's not just delays. They're making these people sit on the runway for hours, and they're not giving them water.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
They're not taking care of them. Their bathrooms are not working.
That's always been the case. They never do that.
Yeah,
whenever you're sitting on a plane for hours, they don't give a shit.
It's 2023.
Okay, it was 2010. I mean, the same shit. 2023. What does that mean? We should have been past that years ago. I mean, it should never be an issue. If you're stuck on a plane for hours, they should at least be giving you water or something.
I was stuck on a plane for 3 hours once. So that was not fun.
Did they give you anything?
No.
Water, nothing. They just let you sit there. Were
And
you
the
at least
air
able to
conditioner
turn
was
on
off.
the TV?
Nope.
You just had to sit there.
Did you call for the stewardess and be like, "Do you know I'm a famous
know who I
podcast
am?
host"?
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
This is going on the podcast.
I'll have you know this is going on the podcast.
Where do you think this is going to end up?
A whole episode about this.
No, that girl, it's just weird because they were like, oh, she was so drunk and that's why she acted that way. But you can't find her. Can't find her anywhere, which is weird to me. She hasn't made her own video. If that was me, I would have made my own video. I would have,
Maybe she doesn't want to be.
Sorry.
All right.
Who wouldn't want to be a?
Maybe she doesn't want to be known for that.
I mean, it just seems crazy to me that nobody can locate you on the internet. Nobody can be like, "Oh, that's Cheryl from down the block. I know who she is." Like nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Well, do we know where this plane was taken off from? Like, is it a middle of nowhere, or was this like
the nexus of the universe?
Right. I don't even know where it was from, but if I was her, I tried to clear my name and get on TikTok and be like, "Hey, guess what?"
Maybe she was so drunk or out of it or something. She has no excuse. Maybe she was, legit off her.
Then say sorry, I was fucked up, or sorry, I found out the guy in row 14C was Reptile Man.
Is that where we're going with this? Is that? I mean,
that really is that is what started it. She said that man back there is not real.
Yeah,
she probably saw his real skin.
Here we go. What? It couldn't be the simple explanation of.
I think it's the side blinking eyes that always gives away the reptiles.
Is that what the other?
Yeah.
But it couldn't have been just like he's lying to me or he's making something up. It has to be he's a reptile guy. That's a part-time stewardess.
She said.
Steward. Because let me throw this out there. Maybe she wasn't real. How do we know if anybody on that plane was real?
I think that whole video was AI. I don't think anybody on that video.
I think that there are people among us. I know you're going to think I'm crazy. I think there are people among us who are not real people.
You're crazy.
Well, if the birds are not real, why would people be real? That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
Yeah, nothing's real. Everything's
I like
bullshit.
that one. That one's a good one too.
What was that movie where the girl goes on the plane with her daughter, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Wait, my daughter's missing," and then they were like, "You don't have a daughter."
I love that movie.
What was that movie?
It was either
Jodie Foster.
Flight Plan.
It was Jodie Foster.
Was it Flight Plan?
You're right. It was Flight Plan.
Yeah.
Let me see.
What can you spoil that for me? Because I'm not gonna ever watch it. What was it? Was her daughter real?
I don't want to spoil it for everybody. You're not the only one watching this.
Shit. All right, tell me after the show.
I do remember that movie. It was pretty good.
I saw a theory. Spoiler alert for Fight Club. Do you want to hear this one?
Yeah.
That the girl was also a figment of his imagination.
Oh.
The girl wasn't real either.
That makes sense. She didn't interact with anybody, right?
I don't think she interacts with anybody.
Yeah, why would I don't think that's that out there of a
I like it.
Of a theory. That seems reasonable.
I don't know.
I like it.
I'll tell you what though, the fact that nobody can find this girl is bothering me a little bit. I also
who can I don't think people are actively. Are you looking for her?
Somebody. No, that guy is though. There's a lot of guys like that guy that's like, let me explain. This is James Franklin, and he goes all about how they're
probably just doing what we're doing. They're probably not actively on the internet looking her up, going, I gotta find this woman because I gotta.
Dude, I bet you there.
Gives a shit.
I bet you there are 20,000 people in this country that all they do is that stuff. They just
20,000 people.
They just go and find people and just talk about it. Have you seen the guy on TikTok? There's a guy on TikTok where somebody will just be in a room somewhere or like an outdoor location and they'll be like, "Hey, Phil, where am I?" And it'll be like 3 seconds. It could be one of a billion beaches. And fucking Phil will be like, "Oh, do you see that little chair right there? That's how it." And he fucking tells people where they are. The guy's amazing. I don't know his name either.
That could be.
Sorry.
Could be set up too. Who knows? It could be Bull.
I thought it was in the beginning, but when you go to their page, it's just like a bunch of people now just like, "Hey, where am I?" And he fucking finds it.
Does he get it right? I mean, or is he just saying, "Oh, you're there"? And do we hear the answer back of, "Yep, you got it right"?
A lot of the times. There's also a guy who will be like, people will send him clips from TV shows where there are hockey games going on in the background of a scene, and they'll be like, "Can you find what game this is?" And he will pinpoint.
Oh shit! Really? He's
The
good
game.
like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
It could be
Maybe-
like a Rain Man kind of thing.
kind of. Most of the time, it's like minor league or college hockey because it's easier to get the rights to those things, and that's why they play in the background
That
on
makes
TV
sense.
shows. But he nails the game down.
Do you think that maybe if he sent a picture, if I sent a picture of my face to him, he could tell my husband where my G spot is?
I knew it was gonna go that direction.
Yeah, you weren't sure
And
exactly
yet-
how it was gonna go, and yet
And
you're
yet
still surprised.
I'm still thrown off. Yep.
I was gonna send him a picture of me that it looks like I'm in front of a cave, but when you pull out, it's really just me photoshopped in front of my own asshole. That's what I was gonna send him and see if he can.
Let me just speaking of assholes, let me just tell you something.
Because I just want to be like, if he's like, "Oh, this is a picture of you photoshopped in front of your own asshole," then I'm be like, "Oh my god, you're amazing."
The guy's a magician.
I
Bill's
love
on
that. That's your asshole.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Janine?
I am in shock. Now, if I'm in shock, you know it's got to be bad. I am in shock of what people send to each other these days on these dating apps. I am just blown away.
What makes you say that? What have you come across that makes you say that?
I saw a friend this weekend who is a homosexual male, and he got some rather interesting pictures. And for me to gasp out loud, you know it's got to be bad, okay?
Somebody's asshole. Let me tell you something about the gays.
You have
No
a,
filter. No filter when it comes to sending pictures.
No.
You have like a thing with assholes today.
Me or
No.
or him?
This one.
Look what
Yeah.
she's doing. Oh, me?
Yeah, look who I'm with.
It's-
I'm just saying that gay people give zero fucks when it comes to sending shit around the internet. They just don't care.
That's straight people too. I'm sure
They
there's
no.
no.
Yeah,
No.
but I think the ratio of gay
How do you
people
know?
who don't care to straight people is higher.
So now
It
what
is.
makes you say that?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna prove his point right now.
Go
Based
ahead.
off of one person?
Not just one person. I just
Okay.
know. But I'm gonna prove to you my point. My friend went away to training for 2 weeks, right? For work training. It's a new job for him. He gets to the training. He meets some guy there. Like he was, was going around meeting his new coworkers. The guy looked at him and took a step back. So my friend was like, "Oh, maybe he's like, oh wow," because where he went, it was like kind of like in the middle of the U.S. And maybe he was like, "Oh, is this like, oh, maybe this guy is like, is this guy gay?" Okay, my friend said he wasn't exactly sure if the other guy was gay, but he looked like he was like taken back, like he was like kind of shocked, right?
That's a nice compliment. Yeah, go ahead.
So my friend goes the rest of the day training. Then he goes back to the hotel. And of course, he pulls up Grindr. And the first thing he sees is some guy who sent him pictures of, can I just say this?
Yeah, go ahead. It's a podcast.
Holding his member, not his AOA podcast member, but his actual member. Okay. A picture where I can only describe as him kind of like crouched down, holding his ankles, and it's a butthole shot.
You got to paint a
Did you
better
set a
picture than that.
timer for that?
Is he like, is it
Yeah, he's
catcher
like-
style? How, what are
Yes,
we talking
yes,
about?
kind of like that, but tilted forward, so you basically can see.
How many mirrors? I mean, it would take me 7 mirrors to get that shot.
Just
Right.
so you can see his asshole ring.
Right, I've never taken that before, right?
That's tough.
And then it was a video of some guy just plowing him.
Some
Plowing.
other dude plowing him.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, that is risky marketing right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's my question.
Go ahead.
Now, does this Grinder app? Is there like a you send me anything setting, or is it just people could just send whatever they want, or is it like there's no filter on these things, right? You could
No,
just,
it's like Tinder, but it's for gay people.
well, I don't know.
But the thing
Tinder,
is,
what the rules are on Tinder either. I mean, can you
there
just
really is no
Wait,
rules.
wait. Here's my question.
Go ahead.
What's his screen
forget
name?
my question.
What's his
Go to his
screen-
question.
I don't know what.
Jerk.
Who?
Either one.
No, don't.
Just send it to me after the show. Go ahead. Answer Frank's question. It was better.
No.
There was so
I don't
I was
understand
sh-
why you could just do that. You could just send whatever you want to anybody,
Right.
or
So
you have
what
to
I
be
said
matched
was-
up.
what I said was, did this guy say, hey? No, he said, Janine, I went into the app and I saw these pictures right away. The guy didn't say, hey, what's up? He just said, hey, sent these pictures. Then the last picture, it was his face. And then at that moment, he realized that was the coworker he met earlier in the day.
So the guy tracked him down.
No. The guy, I don't know. I guess the guy religiously looks at this app and he saw someone new come in the area and was like, I'll just send this guy pictures, not realizing he's the new guy at work.
So you think he sent them before he met him at work?
He did.
He did.
Because he said he looked shocked.
Oh,
Janine's
that's
friend.
okay.
Oh, so you mean when the guy was taken aback, it was
Yes.
because he was like, oh shit, that was the guy I sent the pounding video to.
Yes. And the bleached, and the guy, I'll have to say this, we all agreed the guy's asshole was bleached.
So it
Which
was
I didn't know
beautiful.
they still did that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to golden asshole, where was this asshole?
Probably a 7 or 8.
That's pretty good.
How do you rate? I guess you can. I don't know.
So
what's the criteria for that?
Don't worry about it, man.
Okay.
Just go with it.
Okay, I'm with you.
So I had so many questions.
There's a joke about shutter speed I'm not getting to, but okay, go ahead. F-stops and apertures. I don't know. It's all
So I'm like,
make something out of that.
So I said, what did you say? And he said, hey, I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm the new coworker that you met today. And the guy acted like he didn't at first.
Oh shit.
And he's like, oh, I don't mix business with pleasure. So
Too late.
my friend's like, oh, like, no problem, but like you just sent me the pictures. There was like no talk or anything. And so I said to him, does this happen all the time? He said, not every person just sends pictures, but there are people who will just send pictures.
That's
Of
how
their
they
asshole.
start.
Yeah.
That's how they start communicating. It's
The
not,
asshole, the butthole literally is like the first picture that's sent.
hey, man.
See, that's a move that a woman wouldn't do.
Right, exactly. There's
Woman
no way I'm
wouldn't be
sending you
like-
my butthole. Sorry.
Yeah, here's my snatch. What do you think? Is this
Right.
something you're interested in? You know,
I mean, that's just like, can you imagine the nerves just to do that and without prompting, just like sending it out, like you're sending out your resume, just boom, 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 just mass emails to everybody.
Yeah.
There you go. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? It's like,
Right.
maybe
I don't
start with
mind.
that.
I don't mind the peen and the asshole picture. It's I want to send this guy a video of some other dude plowing me that
That's where you draw
I
the
take
line.
umbrage with a little bit.
So that's what I also asked. I said, why did he send you this? And he said, that's actually not uncommon.
See, that's
I mean, isn't
strange
that
to
messed
me.
up though? Because you think that other guy knows that this is going around, that this guy is sending this around?
I don't know, but
Oh, the other guy who participated in the video, you mean?
maybe.
Right.
Good
So,
question.
My friend said, all right, like, no problem. He's like, thanks for the pics. He's like, what was I supposed to say? So the guy said,
Let's see it work tomorrow. I owe you a coffee. I don't know. What do you
I don't know
say?
why you got me there.
Coffee. Hey, coffee's on me tomorrow. Sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah. I mean,
So
What do you do?
Hey, that was
It's gotta-
Jim. That was nice of you to buy him a coffee. Well, I kind of sent him a picture of my asshole, so I thought it was the least I could do.
You know, I
my
figure.
bleached asshole.
You know,
Yeah.
if we're gonna be coworkers.
Imagine you sent him a picture of your asshole. My perfectly bleached asshole, might I add.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we're setting the record here.
So
I don't know if I could have my asshole bleached, to be honest with you.
I mean, I would be very, very scared.
Does that
First of all,
burn?
I don't think my asshole needs bleaching, but I guess some people feel like they do.
It's funny. There was an episode. I think it's like American Dad or something. He goes, you know, people are bleaching their anuses. You mean to tell me God chose the wrong color? It's just a funny line it's hysterical.
That is funny. So I said, "Well, how'd you end everything?" He goes, "Well, the guy said, actually, I'll see you at the Christmas party." So I'm like, now let me ask you: when you see this guy again, are you just gonna like see him and just see his butthole, the whole like his butthole as his face?
How
Like,
could you not?
I mean,
so he was like, it's funny how he said he doesn't mix business and pleasure, but then he's going to tell me he can't wait to see me at the Christmas party, that we should hang out.
Yeah, that's a
like
strong.
He's hung out already.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strong rebound move. Like, ooh, I fucked up this introduction a little bit, but don't worry, I'm gonna get him back around Christmas time when everybody gets drunk at the Christmas party.
Yeah.
That's when I'm just retreating temporarily. I'll be back though to storm
The
these.
bait's out there. You know, let him play with the bait a little bit, then we'll
Right.
reel him in around Christmas.
Right.
Right, 100%. Yeah.
So that's it. I forgot
Where the
why
hell
I
did this come
said this.
from?
I don't know.
I don't know how we got on this topic, but it's not a bad one.
No.
It's amazing. Like, to me, that's not something like, could you imagine, Frank, if you were on a dating app and the girl is like, "Oh, here's this dude plowing me. What do you like? Do you want to meet up?" Like, I don't think
like,
that's appealing to anybody
Wait
else.
till I introduce you to my parents. It's like, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Ma, you'll never guess. This is the girl I'm
Look how
bringing
much
to
she could
Thanksgiving.
take.
Not
Oh,
to say
shit.
that, you know, I'm sure she's a lovely woman.
Or
How did-
okay, go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. Let's be honest. Men send cock pics all the time, right? So that's not
all
really.
men. I mean, that's. I don't know if it's as. Maybe it is. I don't know. I could be ignorant on this. Maybe I don't think I didn't. Is that like a common thing? An unprompted dick pic?
Yes, it is.
That
I sent my
happens a
wife a
lot,
dick
huh?
pic 3 seconds before the show started.
Right. It is
Just
a
a
common
picture of your
thing. It
face?
is a common thing.
Let me ask you this, Frank. When you send a picture of your penis, are you holding it or you're not holding it? This guy was holding it, right, Janine?
Oh yeah.
Do you hold or not hold?
It's in a wheelbarrow. I'll show myself out.
No, it was good. It just took
No,
me a second.
I don't send. All right, I don't send dick pics.
It's a lie. Your wife has shown me dick pics. Unless
Well-
it's not your dick, I don't know.
They're not mine. I don't know whose they are.
You
No,
work for
I don't
UPS
send
during the day, right? Jokes. Just kidding.
All jokes, folks. No, I don't do that. What do you do?
Um,
Yeah, not to say there's anything wrong with that. You want to send dick pics. What I have a problem with is unprompted. If someone just sends someone a dick pic and they're like, "Whoa, what the hell?" I feel like that's wrong. No, that's fucked up.
No, men
right?
always think that women want to see their dick, so they'll send it. And men always think that other men want to see their dick, so they'll send it too.
see, I'm not one of those men. I'm always surprised when somebody wants to see my penis. Up to and including my wife, even
Are you-
after 10
are
years
you
of
sure?
marriage. Yeah.
What? That
Yeah.
just doesn't sound right. With me?
Mhm.
No.
When my wife is like, "You want to fool around tonight?" I check her temperature just to make sure she's not hallucinating.
Get a
Um,
thermometer.
To answer your question, Frank, you know those little tiny hands you buy at like the stores?
yeah.
I put that on my penis. Be like, "Look at this."
Comparison shot.
Yeah, you don't know what you're dealing with.
right.
You get that fake like Monopoly money that's really small. It looks like
I've
it
had
looks
I
real.
have a whole miniature set that I position my penis in front of.
You do the old Godzilla effect.
I'm not quite sure, but I think this is the size of a Buick.
Right.
All right. Well, that was good. I think we went from airplanes and the delays to this story. I don't know how we got there, but
To bleached anuses and
yeah, we
dick
got there
pics.
nonetheless. We were there nonetheless.
We're there. Here we are.
Remind me one day we have to talk about the Denver airport conspiracy theory while we're on the whole airplane thing.
That is a crazy one.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that one now. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up. There's a lot of stuff on it.
It's crazy. The Denver airport's like the biggest airport in the country.
No way.
Yeah. As far as
JFK isn't.
well, JFK handles more flights and people as far as like actual physical space.
Okay.
And that's led to a lot of theories of people thinking it's like the headquarters of the whatchamacallit, the Illuminati and all kinds of stuff.
There's a lot of weird coincidences and like decorations, things around the airport that just are very strange about it.
Weird artwork. Yeah. Really, really weird stuff.
So yeah, we'll do it. Maybe we'll 420 that or Halloween coming up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. It's been a while since we just strictly tackled conspiracy theories in a conspiracy theory show. Yeah. We should do that. All right. Speaking of conspiracy theories, Gilgo Beach serial killer. So Rex Harriman was arrested on, was it Friday now?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right.
Friday, he's arrested, and we talked about it a little bit. Guy from Massapequa, like in between where Frank and Janine live, closer to Frank, I think, though.
I think it's closer to me.
Is it closer to you? It might be. You might be right about
That's
that.
possible.
The entire island has just been like going bonkers with like theories. So here's the story: is there's this area, this marshland called Gilgo Beach, and they started finding bodies there, and there's a lot of stuff involved with it. But basically, long story short is they've been searching for the killer of at least 3 of the bodies that were discovered in this area, and they believe it's this Rex Harriman. And they arrested him on Friday. We kind of talked about this a little bit. I'm just giving everybody a quick background before we do the update of what's going on right now. They went and got him eating a pizza, and they used the DNA from the pizza to match it to hair that was found on the victim's body, which matched his DNA.
But my question is, how did they suspect him? And like, why did they want his DNA?
Oh,
why were they following him in the first place? Janine
knows. Go ahead, Janine.
Okay. Because there's a few things.
Because of the wonderful thing.
They don't say exactly what the number one reason is, but one of the reasons is hair that was found on the bodies came from his wife. And she was only in the database because she did a 23andMe.
Mm.
So they try to connect him there somewhat. Somebody said the only person who saw him and gave a description of him said he was in a certain type of car, and this guy drives this kind of car, and it's not like a very popular one. I forgot the kind it is. I don't know cars, but I know it's not like a Honda Civic. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
it drives those.
It's not your average vehicle.
Yeah. So that is one thing.
Why was the wife's hair on the victim?
Because he probably carried it from himself.
It was on him. Yeah.
It was on him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting stuff, right?
And then also, they try to ping cell phones in the area at the time. What they of certain
times
like
of
what
death,
they which is also, it's hard because they found so many bodies and a lot of them were older.
Yeah, they probably don't know the exact day they went missing, right, or they ended up in that area.
So, and then he had burner phones, and he put money on his burner phones. He also, I guess they were watching his Google searches, and he also,
which were insane.
Right. He searched, is it child pornography?
Oh.
Like rape porn, And also, he obsessively searched about the killers, the victims' family members and the victims themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think
So,
they got the guy.
yeah.
Well,
Really? There's theories that it's not him?
mm,
This piece of no, it's not.
Go ahead. That's it. I'm sorry. I stole that part over.
so yeah, everything that Janine said is 1,000%. But it was the pizza box that was the thing that got him, because that's how they found the link, which we mentioned on the last episode. To which Deborah gave us the funniest comment ever, which was, "What kind of monster leaves pizza in the box?" Which I
Right.
fucking laughed for
Oh,
45
so-
minutes straight after
was
I
a
read
good one.
that.
Right.
was
Well,
good.
I thought originally that he ate pizza and left it near the victims, and that's what they had to got it. But that's not it.
It was a recent pizza, yeah,
Recent pizza, they were trying to get his DNA.
right, to confirm it.
It's
So
very.
he threw out a box of pizza
That's right.
in
In
his
Manhattan.
garbage.
In Manhattan,
In Manhattan.
and and since they were kind of already trailing him, if you don't have enough evidence, you cannot get a search warrant. You cannot demand you cannot demand DNA.
Right, but if you throw something out and it's
That's right.
public property now, it's in the garbage.
That's right.
Once it's at the curb, that's it. It's up for grabs.
So they got his DNA off of that,
Right.
which is crazy. Is there anything more Long Island than getting DNA off of pizza?
It's very Long Island.
Even
It's-
though it's in Manhattan. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's very, very Long Island. Because then the next thing is like they were arguing over the pizza. Like, why did he go there? Didn't he have taste? You know, that's kind of what we do.
I personally think that what's his name? Dave Portnoy should go review the pizzeria that he ate at.
That'd be interesting to see what he gives it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I think if you're leave, here's the lesson though: don't leave crust. Be a man. Eat the crust.
The
Right.
whole damn thing.
Eat the
Now-
whole thing.
That's how you know he's a serial killer, because he didn't eat the crust.
Boom.
What? So you're saying that it might not be him? How could that be?
Might not be him. So here's the theory. And if you're into the Gilgo Beach thing, I'm sure we're going to be talking about this a lot, because every day more stuff comes out. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or Spotify, whether you're listening to it. Make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, so on and so forth. You can watch us on Spotify in addition to listening. And make sure you like this episode again, no matter where you're consuming us from. So the theory is, for the longest time, that it was James Burke.
Right.
James Burke was the former, what was he, the police commissioner of whatever of Suffolk County, right? They thought it was him. So now they arrest this guy out of nowhere, and people are still kind of like, well, that doesn't mean that that's not James Burke, because what happens is they can pin the 3 deaths on this guy, right? His DNA, supposedly, according to the authorities, was on these victims, and he had the burner phones and all the stuff that Janine just said. But there was the 4th victim that was there was the girl. I'll get her name in a second. I wrote it down. But this was the one who, if you remember, she called the cops and was like, "People are after me." And
Shannon. That's her name.
Shannon Gilbert, right? Thank
Mhm.
you. And she was on the phone with the cops while she was supposedly running from people. And then they found her body in the swamp. That's what started this whole thing. They knew where the phone call came from. She was knocking on people's houses going, "They're after me. They're going to get me." They knew she was a sex worker. So now they're searching for her. And in the midst of trying to find her, they find another body. And then that's what was like, well, then we have to just search this whole area. And then they found 3 more bodies in addition to Sharon. So now they arrest this Rex guy, and they're like, okay, we can pin him to the 3, but not Shannon Gilbert. So we still don't know how she ties into this at all. And the idea that it's just a crazy coincidence that somebody just happened to kill this sex worker next to 3 other sex
Right.
workers that were in the same
Was that around
area.
the same time? Do we know?
I think, well, it was kind of weird. They went back and they proved that Rex, every time he killed one of these girls, his wife was traveling,
That's right. I saw
right?
that too.
So they went back and they looked at her travel records and they realized one time she was in Jersey, one time I forget the other places, but every time she went away, basically, he went and killed somebody. So if you really want to blame somebody, I blame the wife.
You're an ass.
As you should.
In most cases, as a typical male husband, I tend to blame them.
Right.
Just it's wife's fault. She'd have to go traveling, Frank. None of this might have happened.
I mean, I guess. So what makes them think it was the first guy?
So the idea that it was James Burke is there's a lot of, well, it's been the conspiracy theory for a long time because he was high up in the Suffolk County Police Department. There was tons of corruption going on in there. And they say that he has so much dirt on a lot of people that nobody can necessarily rat him out because he's going to take the entire lot down with him. Like he can take down the people that are supposedly in the know. He could take them down just as bad, you know, and it wouldn't be good for them. So nobody's really talking. It is kind of scary shit because, I mean, you know, look, New York's a big area, but out in Suffolk County where this is all happening, there's 1.2 million people. I know that's a lot compared to some areas, but really when you get down to it, that's a small kind of a thing. If you have a corrupt cop around here who's, you know, got a lot of favors owed to him, he could fuck with a lot of people and nobody could really stop him. Like, who are you going to really go to?
Well, also, he's in jail now.
He's in jail. Yeah. He's in jail because he just did a ton of shit you weren't supposed to. What did he get arrested for finally? I don't even remember. Was it the corruption stuff? I think it was something that had to do with that.
It was that, but also why people tied him to the crime and thought he did it because Gilgo Beach is like a small like beach community. But the thing is, they always had, there's a lot of cops who live on there, and they had like these parties where like, you know, hookers would come and he would always be there. So they try to say like either he did it or he knew who did it.
Right.
So that's where they are now. They think he's either attached to these things as well, or
they still there's people out there who still think that.
That's still the first guy is the guy.
Yeah. So here's the big three things with James Burke. He once slept with a prostitute in his police car while in uniform.
Right. And it wasn't me. Go ahead.
That's one. Second thing, Janine's right. He was jailed for beating a thief who stole a bag of porn and sex toys from his car. Then he tried to cover it up. So somebody stole sex toys and porn from his car and he beat them up. That's why he's in jail. And the third thing, and maybe the biggest thing, while they were investigating this Gilgo Beach thing, the FBI, you know, tried to take over the case because they're like, this is a big deal. We can't leave this to like local PD. And he blocked the FBI from taking the case over. Like he would not allow the FBI to do it. Now, what municipality wouldn't want the power of the federal government behind you to find a killer on the loose in your community?
So obstruction, I guess. Obstruction. He got arrested for that?
No. He got arrested for beating the guy who stole the porn from his car.
I thought you said the third thing.
The third thing that makes people think that it was him or that he knows who it was is this thing.
To block that stuff.
Right.
Because now the theory is kind of like what Janine was saying. If you have a bunch of scumbags together and the chief of police kind of protecting everybody, like it's more likely that that's the thing. And so this is basically the theory that's going around right now is Rex Harriman is the fall guy. Like, is he innocent? Probably no, but he's the fall guy because it's like, okay, we got the killer now, and James Burke and anybody else who is remotely involved or touched this can breathe a sigh of relief now because the world feels like we got the killer.
I mean, his DNA is everywhere. Have they found other guys' DNA?
How would we,
like, in other words,
who knows what James Burke has done to prevent that or remove evidence or who knows?
Yeah. So, right. Yeah. I'm saying, like, though, they have 3 victims with this Rex guy's DNA. I mean, I feel like that's, is this guy pleading not guilty. What do we know about this guy? He's arrested. What's his deal now? What is he facing?
Yeah, he did plead not guilty
Okay.
to the charge. Supposedly he had one question after they arrested him. Like, he didn't really say much other than he asked the arresting officer or the people, once he got into the jail, he asked the authorities, is this in the news?
Right.
Which is kind of a nutsy, insane thing, because it's like there were cameras everywhere when you got pulled. Like, of course this is in the news.
Yeah.
But again, that's like that vanity of, like Janine was saying, like he was searching the shit out of this any chance he got to find out if people were talking about it. That's kind of weird serial killer shit.
That's like sociopath. Like, he's concerned
Right.
about his own image.
Right.
Not, well, I mean, you're under arrest. I don't know. I don't know what, what he would say. What's the right thing to say? I don't know. But you don't say shit like that. You don't say anything like that.
Yeah. And I just feel like, I mean, we're in the thing like today, like, you want to know how crazy it is. Frank, you were saying before how who's searching for this stuff. Somebody on the internet found Rex Hauerman on Google Street View in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Somebody went through all the street views of where this guy worked to see if they could
Jeez.
find him on there, and they found him on there. So when the little Google car was going by taking pictures of everything, there's fucking Rex Hauerman talking to a young lady, by the way, on the street. I don't know who the young lady was, but he was talking to the young lady. They found him on that street. So I think it's only a matter of time till they can figure out if they could find a link between Burke and Hauerman, them at a party together or a backyard, whatever, or
Right.
class, reunion. I don't think they went to the same school. The Baldwins did, not Burke. But if they could find them part of some kind of social club, or they park their boats in the same marina or some crazy shit.
Something.
I mean, something like it's over. Like, that's really what's going to be the next step if they're going to, if James Burke is really going to go down for this or be associated with this, that's what it's going to have to come down to.
Right.
Well-
I feel like it sounds like they got more on this Rex guy. I mean, the searches, the DNA, the car, the wife's traveling, all that stuff. Sounds like they have more on him than the other guy.
They do, but again, the major question is that the Shannon girl, it leaves a lot of questions because they know the house that she was in.
Oh, yeah.
They know the house that she came from, and then she was knocking on everybody's door as she was running away. So it's like you have the guy in that house. They know that they heard more people on the phone telling her to get off the phone or whatever they were saying. I forget the phone call, but the phone call's out there. You can listen to it. It begs for that there's just more than one person involved in this.
Yeah, that could be.
Well, the thing is, too, because of course I went on a witch hunt today, there was remains found not only on Gilgo Beach, but in the town Anthony lives in, which is kind of weird, too. Suspect.
Mm-hmm.
So they put like it was like parts where he lives and then parts on Gilgo Beach.
Of the same victim?
Yes. So
I can't emphasize this enough. You guys know me. I had nothing to do with that.
I don't know. It sounds like denial to me.
I mean, I don't know you.
You guys are dicks.
So my friend's parents live like a couple of blocks away, and my friend was saying he always rode his bike past this house, and it's nothing to look at. Here's one thing they're not saying, which I still can't find. I don't know if he said he rented out that house or did he live there full time with his family. I don't think he lived there full time with his family.
This Rex guy? Oh, like it was like a vacation house?
No, I think he just like had like an investment house, like just to like rent it out.
Oh.
Because it was not really nice looking. So, and him being an architect, like why would he live there? But I mean, we'll see. And another thing too, and it happened on the same day that there was like human remains found literally an exit away from me in like the woods, like off the southern state.
Oh, wonderful.
And so people were like, oh my God, is that why this guy was arrested? And people went crazy with that too. Turns out it wasn't any of his victims, but it was another story that I was following where
Unrelated to
unrelated.
this
Very sad though.
one. Yeah.
But it's also kind of a mystery. And I wonder, I mean, I have my own thoughts about it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because there's shit pouring in. So there's been a flood of tips that have happened, and today they started publicizing a bunch of them that they're going through. Suffolk County District Attorney Ray Tierney, he told CNN this morning that when an arrest happens like this, a lot of attention comes into it, and so they're starting to go through all the tips that they're getting, but they're saying that they confiscated from that.
Oh, you can't. Oh, you're cutting out.
You're cutting out, man. You're glitching out.
No, my back. Sorry, apologize.
You're in and out again, but
That's what she said.
Try again.
Yeah, but now because I have a Verizon commercial. This is because we're trying to expose the truth, Frank.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say.
You're back.
Okay, see, isn't that kind of crazy? They're trying to keep us from telling everybody the truth. So make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube, Facebook, so that you can.
Denver Airport is trying to shut us down.
Exactly. Make sure you like this episode. Share it too. Share it to people because people want to talk about this stuff. We're talking about it. Share this around your social media. Bring people into the conversation. But they're saying that they're saying his wife and 2 kids did live in that house. But you're right. It is not the house of an architect, you would think. And he didn't really keep it up all that well. But they say
7 says it was his parents' home, and he lived there with his family.
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, they're saying that his wife and his kids live there.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that they took a box of, they found a Sharp video camera, the brand Sharp, and what appeared to be bags full of videotapes to go with it from the house. They also said he had more than 200 guns in a vault at the home, more than twice what they originally thought that he had. So they thought he had 100 guns.
Jeez.
He had 200 guns in that house.
What is that about?
Craziness.
You need 200 in case the first 199 crap out on you. You got that.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
That's a ridiculous amount of guns.
Rhoda, who has a very similar name and picture to Rhonda from before.
That's true.
Who said, "Happy I don't live with those people." Could you imagine?
You go up to her previous statement. I think that's what she's talking about here.
What kind of people leave a woman on distress on their doorstep? Oh my God. Did you hear the one? So the girl is on the phone and she's like, help me. She's banging on the door. Help me, help me. This guy's like, careful. You don't want to get yourself hurt. That's what he fucking said to her.
That's what he said to her.
Careful. You don't want to get yourself hurt. Not like, oh my God, come in here. Like, you know.
It's hard. You know, it's weird because you see movies like, not that I wouldn't help the woman, but like, is it a trap?
Right, I know.
Set up for someone. They're gonna barge in your house, and
it's a good point. That's true.
You can't. You don't know. With all the crazy people out there, someone pretends they're in distress, and then 3 people push their way into your house.
You're right. It's true.
You can't. You never know. That's all I'm saying. You can't be too careful. But yeah, it would have been great if someone would have helped this woman.
Right.
But, you know, I'm sure these people were just like, what is going on? They don't want to, if it's someone by themselves at home, it's like, I don't know what's going on.
All right. I want to point out Paige, who is my only true friend in here, who says, I can vouch that Anthony wasn't the killer. Putting body parts in different areas is too much effort. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a good defense for you.
If I'm going to dispose of a body, there's no way I'm going to make 2 stops. That's far too much work.
Yeah. Just look on his property. He's not going past his property.
Basically, do you know how much shit is dumped in the little tree foresty area behind my house?
That's all you got to do. It's right there. It's within 20 yards of your house. That's where you'll find everything about you.
Yeah. Whenever we fucking fry up like Zeppelis or whatever, we're always dumping the oil back there.
Do you?
That's probably not good.
Probably not good. I don't know. It's hard to dispose of oil, though. Don't judge me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm judging you.
You just throw it back there in the forest. We had to like dig up the side of the house one year. It was like piles and wheelbarrows and wheelbarrows of dirt. We just fucking threw it back there.
Did you?
Dirt. Can you? I mean, I feel like dirt is.
There might be a
Dirt from
Buick
one
back
spot
there
to
too. I
another.
don't know. Yeah, old computers. Who knows? You lose track after a while.
Just everything. Car parts.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the craziness and how about and Janine sent this to me too. Now you have all these people coming out of the woodworks that was like, oh, this guy asked me out on a date, or Rex Howard wanted to work with me at my architecture company, and all this crazy stuff.
Did you see the thing? I didn't listen to it, but there's some, I don't know if it's a commercial or an interview from a while back with him. Like
An interview.
Is it an interview? What is
Yeah.
that? What was the purpose of that interview?
I don't know. It was some weird dude who was like interviewing architects or some shit like that, and he happened to interview Rex Hauerman. I saw that. Yeah.
I didn't listen to it, but I saw he was giving some interview.
Well, okay, that's got to freak you out too, because again, Frank, all right, you've interviewed a shit ton of people in this business doing this. Could you imagine if you were just, oh my God, I spent 3 hours in a room with a fucking deranged psycho killer?
Yeah, I'd be beside myself thinking, holy shit, I was this close to this fucking lunatic.
Right? Could you, like, that's got to weird you out. Also, do you think you'd feel bad if you were like, I was in the presence of a psychopath and I didn't pick up on it at all? I mean,
kind of hot, but I always pick up on psychopaths. Anthony, are you going to show the video that you got from a viewer today?
I was going to say there was one psychopath that sent me a video of like she was
Their
driving
butthole?
and what? Our butthole. I wish it was her fucking butthole. No, this crazy ass person sends me a video of her driving back from essentially the Gilgo Beach area, because you got to cross a bridge to get there because it's like in a weird like marshy area.
Mm-hmm.
And this fucking weirdo is going on and on about how, ooh, this is the path that the serial killer took. Like how exciting and all this kinds of weird ass crazy. She's very uncomfortable. Do you want me to play it for you, Frank?
Who sent this to you?
I'm just gonna say this: a deranged person,
Someone who watches this show?
a deranged individual. Here, let me bring it up for you. Let's see.
Someone who watches this show.
Here, do you see the video there? Here,
And I think they're a wonderful person.
I'm gonna play it for you here.
Then I think they're a wonderful person.
I think they're fantastic people.
Oh, you have to make it bigger.
Isn't it kind of sexy knowing that a serial killer took this bridge too, like multiple times? Oh, so hot.
That's you, you lunatic. You freaking... You didn't even change your nail polish.
No.
Hold up your fingers there, crazy.
What's the matter with you?
Dude, all kidding aside, this is a wet dream for the women on Long Island. They are fawning over
Why?
this because they're broken people, Frank. They're broken
have you
people.
seen, not for nothing, but you've seen this guy, right?
It's just the idea that they could be murdered. There's something about
What is
women
that? What
that's
is
broken
that?
inside, that they feel dangerous and exciting. They can investigate. They're investigating. They feel threatened. It's a triple crown of horniness for women right now across
That
Long
makes
Island.
Imagine being chased through a forest knowing that something bad is going to happen.
How is that a turn on?
Oh, God, Frank, you don't know.
I don't know. Wouldn't you be terrified? Isn't that like a...
That's part of the.
No, but no, I'm not saying playful terrified. I'm, like role playing, or that's just like serious terrified.
Well, you want to hear
Like
something
you're gonna
funny?
get killed terrified.
Oh, God, so hot.
Ugh. That is insane. You're insane.
Okay.
Like and subscribe. Follow on Facebook if you love Janine's attitude on this. Go ahead, Jane.
Me and my friend had this running joke. I'm not kidding you, for years, that our old boss was the Long Island serial killer. Okay, probably gonna get in trouble now for saying that, but whatever. It was like a thing. We were like, oh my god, do you think he could be it? Yes, we definitely think so. Blah blah. We had this whole scenario in our minds, right? I'm not kidding you, for years, this running joke. Friday, as I went to go text him, he already texted me saying, guess we were wrong. And then when I had a wedding this weekend, and when we saw him at the wedding, we were like, should we say something? So then, of course, he blew my spot up and was like, Janine thought you were the Long Island serial killer, but we guess not now. And I was like, this fucking guy, thanks. Thanks. And I was like, first of all, it was the both of us. Okay, get that right. But anyway, so we were kind of disappointed that it wasn't this guy, because who would have played me in the movie? I don't know. The
girl from Sunny in Philadelphia would have definitely played you.
Oh no, I got a new person now.
That looks like you, more than the Sunny in Philadelphia girl.
I don't think she looks like me. I don't even know who she is. Apparently, it's an older version of me. Did you watch Ted Lasso?
No.
Okay, me either. Supposedly Rebecca from Ted Lasso. I don't know.
No, you're the, what the hell is her name from Sunny?
The girl from Sunny in Philadelphia. That's her name.
Caitlin Olsen.
Yeah.
That's you.
I guess she could play me in that.
And you're Laszlo from What We Do in the Shadows.
I don't know what that means. Is Caitlin Olsen part of the Olsen twins?
No.
Part of the Olsen from Marvel Girl Olsen? Okay.
Different
Olsens?
Family of Olsens.
Who saw that coming?
I don't know.
All right.
So
but here's the thing, Janine. Maybe it still was that guy. He could be part of the whole ring.
Right.
Yeah, this thing isn't wrapped up yet.
Call me crazy, but in my heart of hearts, I believe this was like a group of dudes that banged what is the word I'm looking for? Unfortunate girls who were caught up in sex, rings and shit, like sex workers, and and they just killed them because it was easier, and just dumped the body, and that it became a thing. I just this sounds like pack mentality,
Those very bad things, kind of a thing.
I think so. I think it was Burke. I think it was this guy, and probably one or two other weirdos that when wives leave town, they would have some weird fucking sex party, or get a girl over and do a couple things, and then it was sometimes just probably easier to kill them.
Yeah,
that's what I think, because it'll never sit with me that the chief of police for Suffolk County would go to the FBI and be like, now we're good. The same guy that would show enough misjudgment to sleep with a hooker in his police car, in his police uniform, then to assault a guy for stealing porn from his vehicle. You know what I mean? Like
that doesn't make sense.
That's not a man of sound judgment.
None of this makes sense.
Right.
Who would do any of this?
I don't know.
It's just not. But I will tell you this, and I will make a promise to everybody watching or listening right now. If a weird car should follow me at some point, I will tell you that James Burke is an innocent man. The second I get an odd feeling like he's got people on me, I'm going to give up this whole thing and be like, he's innocent.
Yeah, I have no comment.
Exactly.
I think it seems like I don't know anything about Burke until, other than what you told me. Seems like they have all the evidence on this Rex guy.
Yeah, I think
it's more than one person, then so be it. But who knows?
Yeah,
they'll get to the bottom of it.
This Rex guy is definitely responsible for those three. I don't doubt that. But again, like you're talking about just massive swampland beach area. Who knows how many more bodies they're going to come across over time? As they continue to search and look. Who knows what this Rex guy is going to say? Also.
Right.
If he turns over on someone.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised enough that he pled not guilty, because you would think that somebody who Google searched it and asked if it was in the news would just be like, yeah, you got me. I did all of it. Like, wouldn't you want to claim it all and go down with it all?
I mean, the only explanation that I could think of with the Google searches is if he's like a hardcore podcaster, real
Okay.
crime person. But he's not.
Okay.
No, real crime podcaster, not us. We're not.
Oh. I mean,
Yeah.
I like real crime, but I'm not a podcaster for that
That's what I'm saying.
yet.
Mm. Yeah.
So, I
So-
don't know.
We'll follow this story, of course. If there's more, we'll be sure to let you know. Like I said, all these tips coming in, the 200 guns, and he's got a self-storage unit that they still got to go through.
Yeah, that's gonna have something in it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Could it not?
By the way, Rex Harriman only became a suspect late last year.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
They probably had to figure out whose DNA. Again, I wonder how. Did you answer this? How they figured to try to get his DNA? Like, why were they going after this guy?
The wife. Remember, Janine said they found the wife. She was in a database.
What database?
But the 20. Well, the
20.
20.
Oh, the 20. Yeah, but no. But why would they go after him? Like they found DNA at the scene, and they were able to match it with the wife. And okay, got it.
Right.
Okay.
That's the link. By the way, and this is 3. We talked about 4. There are a total of 11 bodies that have been found in that area.
Jeez.
Yeah. He was arrested and charged with murdering 3 of them. Amber Costello, who was 27, Melissa Bartholomew, who's 24, and Megan Waterman, 22.
God.
Yeah.
They identified the other ones?
Some. One of them, Shannon Gilbert, who we talked about. There is a Jane Doe. There's an They found the an unidentified Asian man in there.
Mm-hmm.
They estimate he was between 17 and 23 years old. So that they discovered him in 2011. So that was well after they started discovering all these other bodies.
Jeez.
After they, yeah. So
What the hell, man?
there's been a lot. It's a weird area. It's a desolate, weird,
Swampy.
Yeah, it's a place where
Ugh.
I know someone who has a house on Oak Beach, which is like the other side. I would love to live there because it's away from everybody. Now I kind of sound like Anthony's wife.
Yeah, but it's a little
But I
close.
don't blame her.
It's a little close to this stuff.
Exactly.
Paige has got another good question here. Question is, if a weird car is following you, Ann, are you pulling over and accepting a non-official ticket? Great callback.
That's a good one.
Oh shit,
callback.
Paige. He's right.
Janine,
See?
you could have gotten a ticket from a made-up police officer that was part of this hooker killing sex ring that we're talking about right now.
God, I love it because I definitely look like a hooker that day. Do you remember my makeup?
You were Harley Quinn.
You were dressed up as Hooker Harley Quinn or Harley Quinn?
I mean, J-Sab's Harley
Right,
Quinn.
exactly. So it's just AKA Hooker Harley Quinn, which is which is what Frank is trying to get to.
No, I was not.
No, not at all. I mean, I love it.
Why do you
I
love it?
love
Stop
I
it.
love all this right now. I am like
No.
my
It's an
TikTok-
exciting time for a female on Long Island, I'm telling you.
Yes,
This
it
is.
is.
I will never understand this.
I came across a girl on TikTok too, where she's like, my boyfriend was accused of something by James Burke and he was exonerated. And I'm here to tell you, we've been investigating this. We're going to come forward with all this information. She was on it. She was all crazy
Really?
on TikTok. Yeah. Going nuts. You sent me the girl that he asked out on a date.
Yes, that's right. I saw that. Yep.
She refused to go on a date with him. Could you imagine that? Where you're like this creeper.
Oh God.
Imagine you get this huge story and you're like, wait a second, that's the guy who fucking asked me out 3 years ago.
Yep.
You just narrowly escaped
Yep.
dealing with a fucking serial killer.
Oh, so
That's
hot.
fucked up. You know how many? It makes you think how many crazy
Taylor
serial
killers are
killer
out there.
that you've come across, and you're like, You know, if you work in like a retail store, you know how many people you serve on a daily basis. You know how many of them are crazy. Was a killer. You know, you have no idea. It's insane to think about that.
And Frank and I come from a radio background. I mean, I think about that every day. Like, how many serial killers did I work with? Has to be 6 or 7.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
definitely.
That's the industry for that.
Strange, weird behavior.
How many serial killers have heard your voice on the radio? I was like,
Probably.
this fucking guy.
Probably a lot. I probably
Pissed off.
sent some people over the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
can
used
see
to
that.
say a lot of upsetting things. Jackie Stinkowitz. I want to know how Bissell Farms is tied into this, where the burlap came from. Owner and manager both killed themselves when the bodies were found.
Whoa. Didn't hear that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these, it's not like a episode of Law and Order where everything ties together neatly and you just discover everything after the commercial break. Shit
Right.
takes a while though to piece
Yeah.
together and figure out. But
Years
there are
sometimes. Yeah.
plenty of people like Jackie who have a little tidbit of what happened here that is just all part of this huge friggin' thing.
Right. Right.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot
So-
to go through, I'm sure. And we'll keep you posted.
And we're going to go through all of it. You know why, Frank? We have nothing better to do.
What the hell are we doing?
That's what a podcast is, my friends. People
Right.
with nothing better to do.
Just time. We got nothing but time on our hands.
Nothing but time and 30 years of radio experience right here. Like
Right now.
and subscribe and
Since
follow.
we were 10.
Wait, can
apparently.
we just go to the Golden Bachelor for a bit? I'm surprised you guys didn't think of me when this came up.
Go wherever you want next. Is that where you want to go next?
Yeah.
We're going to hit all the topics. Order doesn't matter.
All right, Golden
You
Bachelor.
guys might.
Golden Bachelor. Erin C., Frankie's beautiful wife, far too good for him, gave us this story tonight.
True.
Otherwise, I would have never known. But ABC is taking their Bachelor franchise and going with its first ever Golden Bachelor.
I love it.
And they've selected a gentleman who is 71 years old.
Oh, okay.
This is
you
right
on
up
this
June's
show?
alley.
Guys,
you
I
allowed
have
to
something to
tell us
tell
if
you.
If you won?
Maybe.
All right. So they're gonna try to pair up this 71-year-old with people his own age, younger women. What are they doing? What's the story here?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'll say this because I just lost my earpiece, so I didn't hear the last 40 seconds that you said.
good.
I'm calling bullshit on this, and I'll tell you why. This guy is 71 years old. Are you ready for this picture? Look at that. The guy fucking looks better than me. I'm 30 years younger than him.
Oh, come on. He's not 71.
He don't
That's
have
crazy.
barely has a fucking gray hair in his head. You got a body like Arnold Schwarzenegger, gorgeous chiseled. I'd fuck this guy. Are you insane? Fucking, this guy's not 71. He's a freak of nature.
You know what it is? Look at 81, Harrison Ford.
Oh, I'd still fuck Harrison Ford.
He still looks really good. 81 years old.
He does.
He looks, a little older than this guy, but not much.
He does. But I will say this. When I hear Golden Bachelor, I want somebody who gets up 6 times in the middle of the night to take a piss. I don't want somebody who looks like a fucking god. You know what I
This guy
mean?
does get up every, you don't know.
I want somebody who's got a walker, who's got a hanky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This guy don't have a fucking hanky.
Slippers, bathrobe, all
Yeah.
day.
I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm not proud of this, but just out of the point of genuine and authentic, maybe somebody who's a little too comfortable using racial and or homophobic slurs, because that's how you know you've got a genuine old person. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You don't
That's
have an old
true.
person until you go, you can't really say that.
Can't really
anymore.
say that. Yeah.
You shouldn't say that.
Half the shit this guy's saying should be beeped. That's what we
Right.
need.
Right. This guy hasn't said a wrong thing in his life in the last 30 years.
So what do we know the contestants? Who they are on this
Me.
show?
Besides broken people like Janine?
Right.
No. The Golden Bachelor will focus on older generation of people looking for love. The women who have been cast are described as having a lifetime of experience.
Okay, so they're around his age, I guess.
Yeah, but I guarantee you're going to find like some fucking hot cougar-ass 40-year-olds. Like, It's not going to be again.
Well, again, look at what's her name? Martha Stewart is what 81. She looks dynamite.
You would smash her?
I don't know, man. She's looking good, but you got. I'm sure they could find. This guy's 71. I'm sure they could find 70-year-old women that would, be on the same level. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to say something. I'm not proud of it. She's really not my type. You gotta bang Martha Stewart just for the stories, just for that's a trophy.
It's a good thing.
Like normally, like if I saw a Martha Stewart lookalike and she was like, "Aunt, do you want to go to bed?" I'd be like, "No, not really." But if it's Martha Stewart, I'd want to be like, "You guys are never gonna guess who I banged, Martha Stewart."
Yeah, I wouldn't guess that.
It was crazy.
She's not married either. Has she ever been? You never hear of Martha Stewart and someone.
You can't tame a wild horse, Frank. You should know that.
I guess so.
She's running wild. How many times do you think she slept with Snoop Dogg?
Oh,
lots.
I'm going to say 6 this week, and it's only Monday.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's my guess.
That's a good guess.
You got to bang Martha Stewart. You wouldn't bang Martha Stewart if your wife is like, "I get it." It's a big.
I mean, is that a pass? That's a freebie.
It's a freebie. I mean, for the podcast story alone, you gotta,
Oh well, that it's for the podcast.
Yeah,
right.
My hands are tied.
Exactly. She does look great. She's
81, man. That's incredible.
And I would afterwards, as we were laying there holding each other, if she asked me like, "Did you do this for love or lust?" I'd be like, "Honestly, I just respect your business acumen. That's really what it comes down to. This was out of respect."
Yeah, this is a respectful plowing.
It was a respectful plowing. Gave you some of that old pod dick, just to fucking.
She might, bake you something afterwards.
That'd be great. Could you? What's the post-sex snack from Martha Stewart? I bet you it's magical.
It's probably a peach cobbler of some kind.
And she probably goes, "Are you hungry? Would you like me to whip you up something?" And you're like, "Nah, don't go through the trouble." And then you just come out to this 7-course feast.
And then you're like,
"Fuck,
how did you do down on Martha Stewart?"
Yeah.
Like she was never out of your sight, but somehow there's a 7-course feast on the table.
Somehow there's a fresh baked warm chocolate croissant waiting for you. You're like, what? It takes hours. What?
Oh no, you did not say it like that. Oh,
croissant.
Oh,
That's how Martha wants me to say it. Okay, so back off. Croissant.
It's a croissant. Come on, it's just us.
Martha, show me your chocolate croissant.
Tell me you're from Long Island without telling me you're from Long Island. It's a croissant.
It's a croissant.
Some fucking French person watching this right now going, "Oh, dude, these fucking savages, what they did to my beautiful language."
What's wrong with these assholes? And their bleached assholes.
Croissant.
I'm also uncomfortable because I feel like Janine's going to rub one out to this goddamn show every night with these fucking old people, especially this old guy.
The old guy, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think so. Because, all right, now this will test my theory, Frank. You saw the guy. Is this good enough? I feel like this is too young looking for Janine, this dude. Am I wrong?
That might be a very altered picture. What's
It's very airbrushed.
You think so? Because he's going to be on TV. Like, this isn't going to be a still. It's going to be not live, obviously. But can they Photoshop TV shows?
Yeah, they can, I guess. Yeah, but I need him to do one of these. Where's my glasses? You know what I'm saying? If not, I'm never gonna believe this guy say he looks fucking 52. This guy, he does not look 71.
He looks like a captain of industry as well.
Yeah,
he looks like he owns a boat too. Does he own a boat?
He's got to own a boat.
Even better.
A sailboat.
Even better.
Not just any boat. Yeah. It's a sailboat.
It's a sailboat, and he fucking ties his sweater around his neck before he goes on it.
Oh God, he's so hot.
He has shoes with tassels.
Read that he's a widower.
He has shoes with tassels. Yes. Yeah. What'd you say?
That he's a widower. Just read that he's a widower. So,
is that hotter?
Even hotter. Oh yeah.
It was because it's lonely, or because you have no competition to get through.
Because he's lonely. That's it. All right. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing now.
All right. So when does this come out?
I don't know.
That's good. Coming
He
soon.
shows up smelling like Ben Gay. Oh my god,
Gonna lose it.
Shows up.
I
Ben
would
Gay.
love that.
Little gold bond.
Oh god,
You-
so sexy.
You walk into his house. There's a copy of AARP magazine on his coffee table.
Boom. He lets you
Ask
press
me
his
to-
life alert bracelet. Go ahead,
Ask me-
press the button.
Imagine if he asked me to pick up some ginkgo for him.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
god, so
You
fucking
see?
hot. And what's the other one that started with C? What's it called?
You make him a Viagra smoothie.
Mm,
It's nice.
yeah. He's got to take a water pill.
Oh
Right?
god. Keep going.
Okay.
He's
Janine has her first orgasm of the morning when he pricks his finger to take his fucking blood pressure.
diabetes.
Jeez.
Or diabetes. No, I blew it. Whatever. You get it.
We all got there.
Fucking Golden Bachelor.
You give him his breakfast the night before. What is that about?
I don't know. Old people. She's crazy. J-Sabs, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it
Hey,
for her.
J-Sabs.
There you go. Like and subscribe for J-Sabs. Share.
Right.
Sofia Vergara, Splitsville from, I can't even remember her husband's name. That's how fast I've forgotten
Right.
and nobody
Well,
gives
it's
a
only-
shit.
I mean, they were together for 7 years. They were married.
I never thought this marriage was going to last, to be honest with you.
Why not though? They seemed well matched. No.
Wasn't he like crazy younger than her?
Oh, that I don't know.
Yeah, Joe
Jason-
something.
Oh no, Joe. I keep thinking Jason Momoa for some reason.
Of course, because muscle-bound meatheads, they all fucking
Right.
look the same to us.
What was his name? Joe.
Joe something.
Joe something.
He doesn't get the dignity for us to remember his name. He's so far in the past already.
Right.
Good for Sophia. I don't know how old she's, 60, whatever.
Really?
I think so.
I thought she was in her 50s.
She is fucking gorgeous.
So who's she going to be with next here?
I apologize. She's 51.
51. Okay, so his name is Joe Manganiello.
Yeah. He's a fucking talentless hack too. Let's be honest.
What was he on? He was in a movie or two, right? What the hell was he in?
Yeah, he was like the third or fourth dude. He married up when he got her.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he was in like nothing. And then he was like wasn't he like a glorified soap star? Wasn't he on like a soap opera or something?
That sounds right. I think he was a soap opera guy.
And then he was like the fourth guy in, like SWAT gear in the movie that starred Jason bald-headed guy dude.
Oh, yeah. Like the I forget the name of it. The Stallone movie?
Yeah, whatever it was. If there was a movie where there was like a lot of SWAT guys, he was like the fourth SWAT guy. It's basically what it was.
I got you.
You know.
Yep.
Did I just mute you by accident?
No.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
All right. Yeah, so fuck that guy.
I agree.
When you get somebody as beautiful as Sofia Vergara, your job is now to just worship Sofia Vergara.
I mean,
That's it.
What else is there to do?
What else is there to do? What, you gonna worry about your fucking acting career?
Yeah, that's over.
Give me a break.
Now what does this guy do? I mean, is he gonna? He's kind of resting on her laurels. A little
Yeah,
bit
who's
now.
yeah? Because
That's
what is
over
he?
now.
What the? All right, we should really IMDb this guy. What the fuck has he done? In the past, whatever. Somebody said Magic Mike.
Oh, True Blood. Jen Copeland said he was on True Blood.
I don't even remember that. I got to be honest with you.
I
He
never
was.
saw that show.
See, but he wasn't the dude or the other dude. So he was like the ninth dude on that show.
He was the dude disguised as the dude playing another dude.
Yeah, because there was the main dude who was banging the blonde chick, and then there was the blonde dude who fought over the blonde chick. That blonde dude has gone on to work at a ton of shit.
Right.
Like the main dude hasn't even really worked all that much from fucking True Blood.
Yeah, I don't know any. Right. Even who was the woman too? The girl in that.
Anna Paquin.
She hasn't been in anything since True Blood. I feel like
That was the last major thing that she did was True
that
Blood.
was a while ago.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, 2008.
Yeah.
We had a solid housing market the last time Anna Paquin worked.
Susan Brazy put her comment up. Just saying. I'm with you, Susan.
Honestly, Frank, you were the only one with a registering IQ. Thank you.
Anytime, Susan. Glad to be here for you.
Offensive, but I can't
But
argue with it.
accurate.
Can't argue with it. Stephen Moyer was the main guy in True Blood. He's never worked again. Alexander Skarsgård, he was like the third,
Okay.
fourth guy. He's worked. He's been in everything. That fucking guy.
He's doing all right.
He's doing just fine. Okay, you know when you Google a show and they show you the cast on Google?
Yeah.
Joe Manganiello ain't even in the first 20 fucking pictures. Okay?
You have to hit show more
Yeah.
at the bottom.
He's a fucking show more guy. He's
That's
useless.
not great.
He's in nothing.
That's not great.
True Blood, Magic Mike, both of those. All three of them, actually. There was 3 Magic Mikes. Jesus Christ.
They didn't kill him off in one of them.
I guess not. He was in 2002
movie.
Spider-Man. I don't even remember that. He might have been like a weird background dude.
Who the hell was he in Spider-Man?
Was he the robber or the guy that was with the robber? All right, you're gonna make me click on it.
Oh, who the hell was he? I feel like I could probably I could see him in the movie, but I can't tell you who he was.
You could vaguely remember him now in the movie,
Vaguely,
right?
yeah.
He's so super background. Flash Thompson.
Oh wow, he's the bully in school that picks on Tobey Maguire.
Oh, is that right?
That's funny.
Weird.
He played a high school guy in that. That's funny. The guy who like goes to punch him, and Tobey Maguire has the powers, and he's like way faster than him all of a sudden.
God. Oh, that's right. That's right. Wow.
Yeah.
Weird. So weird. All right. Here's what else he's in. This fuck. Rampage.
Okay.
Exactly. I guess
I think
he
that
was
was
in.
The Rock. He was the.
He's probably like the 4th guy. The Sleepover.
Don't know it.
Metal Lords.
Nope.
Sabotage.
Nope.
Smurfs. The Lost Village.
Oh, my favorite.
What to Expect When You're Expecting.
Nope.
Was he in the? He was in the Batman. Robert Pattinson's Batman. Again, he's a Seymour.
He's a Seymour guy.
He's a Seymour guy.
I can't picture him in that. He's not obviously one of the villains. He's probably one of the Penguins guys that's around the Penguin, because he has all these gangster guys around him.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess.
It doesn't even tell you what he. I can't even find it. Can't even get to it.
Uncredited.
Yeah. By the time you get to his picture, you click on it. It takes you back to the main thing.
Anyway.
Bottom of the Ninth. He was in a movie called Bottom of the Ninth. It's a
Sounds like
baseball
porn.
movie.
Oh.
Not good. Drunk Parents. Alec Baldwin's worst fucking movie ever.
He's in more movies than we're in.
Tumble Down. I mean, who's ever heard of any of these?
Probably not even Sofia Vergara.
Fucking asshole. Fuck him. Good. Deserve what he got. He should have quit acting and been like, I'm just gonna be with you and make sure you have everything you need at all
I'll go to all your premieres. I'll do all the press stuff with you. Be on the carpet with you.
Yep.
Red carpet. No problem.
Yep. Sofia Vergara is a fucking freak of nature. She is so gorgeous. Like who's the old lady that we all love right now? The British one. We all agree is the hottest old chick.
Oh, the hell is her name now?
Helen Mirren.
That's it, Mirren.
Sofia Vergara is our next Helen Mirren. In 20 years, we're going to be like, Sofia Vergara 71. Look how fucking gorgeous she is. She's still going to be gorgeous.
That's a possibility.
She's still, you could take it to the bank, Frank. I've never been so sure of anything in my life. And I wouldn't say it on the air if it wasn't, if I wouldn't back it up.
Someone's in love.
Seriously.
Speaking of love,
Jason Luv.
Jason Luv.
This is the dude who banged Lena the Plug, Adam 22's girlfriend.
Okay, so this is the guy that was brought in. Okay.
This saga is still going on.
Right.
And he just did an interview where they asked him, this girl asked some crazy questions. She was asking him, because he's got a huge hog on him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, massive.
Right.
Like, massive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just big, it is girthy.
Gotcha.
Like, it looks like a horse cock. If I could just be so brazen, it is.
You were a little brazen there, but we're with you.
It's fucking ridiculous. And so this girl was interviewing him and was asking him if anybody ever was like afraid of it or like ran away. And he was like, yeah, a couple times.
Ran away.
Yeah.
Ah!
And this
running down the street.
This girl goes, so what did you do? He goes, I didn't have sex with them. And she was like, why not?
Moved on.
I'm like,
why not?
Because
Because they didn't want to anymore.
Yeah.
Why not? Because they said no.
So then she goes, was that Lena's reaction when she first saw it? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, why do you think she reacted that way? And he goes, probably because it's been a long time since she had a dick this big.
See, that's
Isn't that a little,
that's
a shot.
That's fucked up.
That's a shot.
And this has all happened already. This is done, filmed.
Yeah. They released the scene that they did together.
Okay.
Yeah, they released the scene. Ironically enough, I got this guy who's like, I'm here to review the scene. And I'm like, this is, who cares? And then I'm like, all right, what did he think?
Kind of interested to.
It was a funny tick because the guy goes, the cinematography was lacking. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, guy. You really got to be kidding me.
I'd like to see the storyboard for this, please.
Yeah. I'd be lying to you if I told you I didn't see highlights. Somebody sent me the 2-minute highlight clip.
Right.
Awkward.
Wouldn't it be?
It's just very bizarrely awkward.
Is the guy there?
No,
the
he
boyfriend
wasn't.
Or whatever?
He wasn't there. Which I don't know what's worse.
I mean, I'm sure he's seen it, right? You think he wants to? He probably.
Well,
I don't know. Would he even want to see it?
I don't know if he has. Okay, again, 2 clips I've seen since. One where he bought her a car or something.
Okay.
Because of how well this is done, because you have to join the OnlyFans to watch like the full scene.
Okay.
You have to join her. So I think she's made a ton of money off of this thing. And some people are calling it like a publicity stunt now because they're like,
yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, it's definitely a publicity, but they're saying like, okay, they had all these threesomes. It was always 2 girls. It was always Lena. They always invited a girl into their relationship.
Right.
But they're saying that maybe there was more behind the scenes that we didn't see that made this really not that big of a deal. Because people are like, he's too comfortable with it now. Like, he's talking about it all the time. Like, they're joking about it a lot. I saw a clip where Lena and Adam were talking, and she said that they've never had more sex together. Just pretty amazing considering you're A, married, B, you do porn together. Like, that's like, could you imagine if you did porn with your wife and your wife was like, picture you do porn. You maybe filmed the scene that day or yesterday, and your wife is like, do you want to have sex? Wouldn't you be like, should I get the camera? And she's like, no.
Should I get the camera?
Yeah, and you're like, just us?
No, just like, well, I wouldn't be that a jerk about, I'd be like, yeah, why would you?
Wouldn't you be like, I'm tired. I'm tired. We already did it.
We already did it. But I feel like it's different. It's not the same thing. I think you're wrong. It's going to be like, for the camera is one thing, but when it's just the 2 of you, it's going to be, I'm sure, different.
All right, hold on. This is in from Beaver Boys. My wife's boyfriend is bigger than me too.
Well, you see, you're a generous guy.
You are a noble man, sir. I have a lot of questions for you.
Yeah,
I have a lot of questions. But they said so. Anyways, so in this clip, again, they were doing like their podcast together, and she was saying that every time it gets brought up, he wants to have sex with her. But now there's this weird thing like where he's trying to conquer her, and she's enjoying it. Like she's never enjoyed it more because they've never had so much sex
since this guy.
Since this guy, yeah.
Interesting. So she's kind of using, or they're using the jealousy-ish, if there's any,
right,
to fuel the passion, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not into that.
Very few are. And as I'm learning more and more, actually, we're in the minority. It feels like
That's
we're in the
insane.
minority.
That can't be right.
I don't know. Beaver Boys, what's wrong with sharing your wife? Nothing, my man. You enjoy yourself.
Yeah, if both of you are on board, then have a good time. But
Or even if only one of you are on board, which is, I think, the case in Adam and Lena's relationship.
well, okay.
You go ahead and enjoy yourself. There's no judgment here. But longstanding fans of this show will know it's something that Frank and I cannot wrap our heads around. We just can't get there.
It doesn't add up for me.
Doesn't compute on our end. But we're glad you're having a grand old time.
Yeah, there's going to be jealousy. There's going to be, you're going to be emasculated in some cases, I'm sure. Like, how could this guy, Adam, whatever, feel this, not feel, less than intimidated,
Well, my theory is, and again, I don't know if Beaver is for real, but like obviously we've talked to other people. We know people live this way. My theory on this is they can say and do whatever they want. In my gut, this is the beginning of the end of their relationship. I feel that in my soul.
That could be.
He's just not okay with it. She's just too okay with it, especially because he's trying so hard now in the wake of all of this. Publicly, he's making it all about the business. Privately, he's trying to bang her more. It's I just don't know. To me, this is like, it's not, the building didn't explode, but there's a crack in the foundation now that will never be fixed. Probably.
I mean, I can't imagine just being okay with your wife. Just, yeah, go ahead. Go, it's like, I mean, again, that's, some people are into that, and that's fine. Maybe we got it all wrong. Maybe this guy is happier than he's ever been, and she's happy, and everybody's happy. Could that be the case?
That's the theory, that they've done this before in private, and it's not that big of a deal, and he's okay with it. That's not my theory. My theory is this guy's fucking hurting, and he's covering up as much as possible.
Well, I think that would be your case. That would be.
I can, right? It's clear. It makes sense coming from me. That's how I see the world. So I would obviously be projecting onto him.
Right. That's what you're going by your own feelings.
100%. Undeniable. Paige says, makes sense. She's getting a lot more attention from her husband now.
Yeah.
And coming from a world, but again, she enjoys it. From what I gather, she's always sharing him with another chick, so it's kind of like.
Yeah, it's only fair. But
yes.
Still, it is fair. Fair is fair. Still would not sit well with me. Well, either way, a guy or a girl, and a third person would not sit well with me.
Again, I ask you though, would you rather be there or not be there?
I'd rather it not happen. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Is it harder that if you're not there and now
your imagination's going to take off?
It's going to go crazy. Because I was going to say, it's even more of a hell. A, you're not there. B, now you can watch it. And then I'll tell you where my mind goes next. What did I not see in this edit? You know what I mean? Like, should I? Because you'd be sitting there going, should I watch it, not watch it? And then you put yourself through the torture of watching it. And then you go, what hit the cutting room? Or what happened when the cameras weren't rolling?
Right.
Would be fucking endlessly driving me crazy.
So you're on the side of you'd rather be there.
I'd rather be there so I could throw myself off the top of the building. Yes.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
So
I'll be on the roof. Thank you.
So I can shout, "Are you happy now?" as I pass the floor that they're on.
That adds up.
Boy, Beaver Boys, this is, I think, somebody we have to talk to in the future, Frank. You should be there for sideline coaching.
No.
All right.
With the director, the key grip. I don't know. What do we? No good. And no good. I can't. Again, it wouldn't happen in my world. So
All right, but let's go to the scenario at hand for today. Let's say it happened and you were okay with it. Now this piece of shit is out there going, she's never had a dick this big since in a long time, because you know that you've been with her for 7 years or whatever the fuck. Then this prick is out there insulting the size of your manhood.
It's messed up.
And this, by the way, was after they shot the promo video. Remember, he did the boob thing where he flexed his fucking man hooters in the video, like, I'm gonna bang your wife.
It's fucking.
This isn't something people from Queens are accustomed to. We're just not used to this kind of thing.
It's not good. It's the ultimate. You're getting emasculated left and right. You know,
right?
It's not good. And again,
Right.
It's not fair. It's only because it's been nothing but the third person's always been a woman in this case. So it's I guess it's fair that there's now there's a guy, but still none of it would be okay in my world.
Yeah. Again, it bothers me that it doesn't bother her. Like the fact that she's like, well, I invited chicken, it's no big deal. And then it's like, I'll just go bang a guy. It's no big deal. The fact that it's no big deal would bother me.
Yeah.
That would bother me. I don't know why. Insecure, psychologically. You say what you want about me. I'll take it all. It just would bother me.
Of course it would. It's your wife. It's not.
Yeah.
That's the vow. It's the whole thing. That's why we do that.
I don't know if Beaver Boys is messing with us or is 100% genuine, because he just wrote, I make comments and give encouragement.
I don't know, man. If that's true and you're on board, then good for you.
I have 2 questions for Beaver Boys. 2 legit questions that I would love to have you answer in all seriousness. We'll wait for your response. We'll fill, but we'll wait. What is it about that works for you? A, and B, how did you discover it? You know what I mean? Because Frank,
Right.
I'll tell you what, I might have a foot fetish, but you know why I'll never find out? Because I'm never putting one of those things in my mouth. Like, it's never.
Well, I don't think. I mean, if it's I don't think that's the whole. Just eat it. Putting it in your mouth is.
It's not. But bad example. But my thing is I might have 6 fetishes that I don't know about. But I don't think I'm never gonna be like spin
You're
the
not
wheel of
exploring
fetishes. Yeah.
Yeah, spin the wheel of fetishes.
What am I into? I don't know. Let's try some shit. Like, it's not my. I don't know. I'm not adventurous. Call me boring. I don't know.
All right, no, hey, that's what it is. You're happy. Your wife's happy. It's all good, man.
I can't believe that somebody is willing to have sex with me. That's where I'm like, this is amazing enough. We don't have to complicate it.
You're not alone in that. I can't believe someone's having sex with you either.
What a prick.
Thank you. Who's injecting their junk and with what?
Dude, people out here in the Hamptons are fucking crazy. They're absolutely crazy. By the way, Beaver Boys just put Google cuckold. We all know what a cuckold is.
Yeah, we get it. It's just
I want to know what is it about that works for you, that makes it go for you, and how did you discover it?
yeah, we know it's a thing, but why is it a thing for you? Like, why does that work for you?
Because how you discovered it, to me, is just as equally as fascinating, because that's a possible relationship ender if it doesn't go well.
For a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a definite conversation, I'm
Right.
sure, how to take place, and who brings it up, and how does it come up. There's so many details to hammer out, I'm sure. A little wheel of Aaron C with the wheel of fetishes for the table.
Can we get the wheel of fetishes? We can spin to the table.
Because we're going to see what we want. We're all going to take a spin.
Physicians who reside out here in the Hamptons, or treat people in the Hamptons, have told the New York Post that the hottest spot for men is the doctor's office, where they are demanding penis injections to enhance their below-the-belt assets. Urologist Dr. David Schusterman, founder of New York Urology, said, quote, "These guys in the Hamptons love to skinny dip at night, and they don't want to come up short. There's definitely penis envy out in the Hamptons," he said, referring to the...
Where do you live? Where are you?
Very close
Just
to
asking for a friend.
just outside of the Hamptons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's definitely penis envy out in the Hamptons, he said, referring to the growing number of deep-pocketed male beachgoers who care about the size of their member. Schusterman said he started to administer the
Proprietary?
PRIAPUS shot. Priapus shot?
Priapus, yeah.
Priapus, also known as the P shot, back in 2018 to help combat erectile dysfunction, but noted that a byproduct of the injection is it not only helps with erections, but with size. Again,
What are they injecting?
something else I am not going to try on my own.
No. What are they putting in there?
I don't know, but there's no way I'm like, I could have the smallest dick on the world. I'm still not going to be like, put a needle in my dick, please.
Yeah, needle me up. No.
Yeah.
No.
You kidding me?
Why? I mean,
I get upset if the washcloth is a little too rough. I can't have a fucking
needles now.
needle down there.
I mean, is it like, I can't even, why? So many questions.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you do this? I guess you're just embarrassed by your junk. Does it work the same way it always does? Like,
He says, quote, "It helps improve the blood vessels, so you have not only better blood flow to the penis during sex, but it improves the size. It makes it look fuller because it improves the blood vessels down in your penis."
what are they injecting? Do they say?
I have no idea.
That's all right.
Unicorn blood.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Is this a new thing? Is this something like collagen injections? You know, people get their lips done. Is this like a thing like that? This is the latest trend?
Kind of. A 43-year-old single lawyer with a house in Watermill told the Post that he swears by the treatments to prep for his sexy nighttime soirees. He said, "You get the P shots, so late nights you're ready to go."
The P shots. How many shots? Is it like once a month? It wears off?
I don't know.
It shrinks after, like a frightened turtle?
Schusterman said injections like a frightened turtle. That injections can lead to all-around enlargements of more than 1 1/4 inch. I'd fucking kill somebody for another 1 1/4 inch, but I wouldn't take a penis shot.
There's a line you can't cross.
There certainly is. Stiff prices for the procedure, topping as much as 10 grand for a series of 5 shots administered every month or so.
5 shots every month?
It's nothing for the fucking Hamptons people.
That's more than once a week. That's 1 1/4 times a week.
Yeah. All right. Back to Beaver Boys. We are a community. I discovered it from my neighbors. Again, I have so many questions. I have neighbors. Do you know what we talk about? Lawn care. And when's the garbage collection coming? And could you believe how high our taxes are?
There must have been like the blinds were open one day and it's like, oh, there's 5 people in that bedroom.
Maybe that's it.
And it's maybe that's well, then how do you bring that up? Hey, Stan, last night I happened to be walking by. I happened to see in your bedroom 5 people in there, not including you and your wife. What's going on?
Yeah.
And is there a sign-up sheet?
Hey, Bill, is this about the lawnmower I borrowed? No. Don't worry about that. You bring that lawnmower back whenever. I just want to know if you want to come over and fuck my wife tomorrow night. We have an opening.
Yeah, last minute cancellation. We could squeeze you in. You just got to bring the dip.
Yeah. You got to bring the dip. I mean, again, I don't know how you broach that subject with anybody.
With anybody. I mean, yeah, you want to broach it with your significant other. You know, you could talk about it almost, you could talk about anything with your significant other. But how do you bring it up to a neighbor? How do you bring it up to anybody else? It's unbelievable.
Your wife is concerned that you might have to fire your family attorney because he's a single man who lives in Watermill.
Oh boy.
Apparently.
Hey, if he's he's injecting himself with what? That's his business.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Aaron also says those are code words, Aunt. Lawn care tax. Maybe they are inviting me to bang their wives. I'm not getting the hint.
How many upside down pineapples and Adirondack chairs are in your neighborhood?
Too many.
Okay.
You know, my neighbor did say, "Can you mow my lawn?" And because I was like, "Go fuck yourself. I'm not going to do that."
Is his wife's name Lawn?
I think so. I should ask. All right, Beaver Boys, we got to go because I can't take another one of these comments. Well, it's Florida, so we get drunk, and my friend's wife kissed me randomly in front of him. My friend's wife kissed me randomly in front of him.
We got drunk. So they were drunk, and it was just a random, oops, kiss, and then that leads to, oh my God, what's going on? Oh, okay, and then it just, I guess, conversations start that way. So alcohol's involved, okay.
But I have to ask, where's your wife? Because that's a ballsy move for his wife to just come over and lay one on you, and your wife's fucking sitting there, talking about the fucking kitchen cabinets and shit.
Right, which is also code.
Yeah.
Is this a party that everybody's kind of like, wink, wink, this is going to happen?
Here's my question. How much of adults sleeping with each other's wives happens because of truth or dare? Like, meaning when you're like 15, 16, and 17, it's a lot of the times truth or dare that you have your first kiss.
Bottle, all that
first,
stuff,
yeah. I don't think that matures, even though it's 30 years later, is my question.
Who the hell knows? I mean, I'm sure there's, game nights and stuff, and the stakes get higher and higher.
Yeah.
And they just, I'm tired of playing for, my retirement, my retirement check, so let's play for something else. It's also very hot down there, so I'm sure a lot of clothes come off every now and then. Florida.
That's why people are like, you want to come over for game night? I'm like, nope. No, I don't.
Nope.
They're like, we're playing Monopoly. I don't know that.
Yeah.
I can't
say you're playing Monopoly.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're putting a hotel on my Baltic Avenue. I don't know.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was a good one. Misfit Jester, and it's not that bad. I pierced mine 4 times. Oh,
what?
It's another thing I can't do is put a piercing in my peen.
4 times?
Can't be done 4 times. You are a man's man, sir.
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, do you hang your keys on it? What are you doing with that?
Oh, I can't hang your keys on it. There are chat rooms on the dark web where people meet up, and Tampa is a hotbed for this. No shit. Tampa is a place. I mean, I'm going there for vacation, actually. I'm fucking terrified. What's the opposite of an upside down pineapple? Like a right side up mango? Whatever it is, I need to put it on the rental car. Can a mango
be upside down?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't think that's possible.
I'm not sure, actually. Also, the dark web. Where is that? Because I keep hearing about it, and
I don't know how you go about even finding that, and I don't want to know. I want nothing to do with that.
I want to know where it is so I can fucking avoid it like the plague.
Exactly. Yeah. No, thank you.
No.
It doesn't sound like anything good or fun or anything comes off of that.
Can I tell your story? The prank that you pulled on me this week? No. Maybe we should. Yeah?
Cuddles pranked you?
Cuddles pranks me, right? She sends me. I had to go to a funeral yesterday.
This seems like you're setting up a really bad prank.
It's nothing to do with the funeral, but I'm coming back from the funeral. The point is I wasn't with her, and she sends me a picture of my pants with a red stain on it, and she writes, "Whose lipstick is this?" Now I don't see it until I walk in the door. I walk in and she's all pissed. And she goes, "Did you get my text message?" And I go, "No." She goes, "Why don't you look at your fucking phone?" And I'm like, "Oh, Like, so I look at the phone,
A little mustard on that one.
and there was a little mustard on it. And I look and I see this red mark, and she goes, "Whose fucking lipstick is that?" And I go, "That's not. I don't. That's not lipstick." So then she hands me the pants, and I'm looking at it, and she goes, "Look at it." I'm like, "It's probably, I got kids Lollipop or Jolly Rancher or something, fuck it, it could be a million different things." She's like, "No, that's lipstick. It's not candy because it didn't come through the other side." So now I'm like, again, now this is my worst nightmare. Somebody else bringing me down or getting blamed for something that I didn't do, like a murder or cheat. Like this is what keeps me up at night. It's not like, I didn't cheat, but now in my mind, I feel so terrible that I don't want her to think I've cheated.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure out what this substance on the pants is. And I'm like, just in an utter panic. And I'm like, and she's like, "When was the last time you wore these pants?" And I'm like, "Fuck, when was the last time I wore these pants?" I'm like trying to figure out all this shit.
Whose lips were on my pants?
And she's like, "Scratch it. It's lipstick." And I'm like, "Oh, maybe it is lipstick." I'm like, "How did this happen?" I'm trying to. It was her lipstick.
Yeah, she just put it on. So what? She got you. That's great.
Totally got me.
That's awesome. Way to go, Cuddles.
And it was like on the inside of the zipper, like the little flap that goes over the zipper. It was like on the inside. I'm like zipping up the zipper. I'm like I'm like, how the fuck?
That's a weird spot for. I don't know. Okay.
For 8 minutes, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, she's never going to not believe I didn't cheat on her. Like she's never gonna believe it.
Right.
It was her the whole time. She was fucking cackling.
That's a great prank. My wife and I, we have an understanding. Like and even on like April Fools, we look at each. We go, we're not doing that to each other, right?
Don't mess.
We don't mess with each other like that. We don't prank each other because we would both be like, we'd fall to pieces, and we'd be like, nope, we can't. We're just not gonna handle it. So no, we don't get each other.
Paige, I could picture Anthony innocently. So I was mortified.
Yeah, of course.
Because when I'll tell you what really got me, when she goes, "Look at the other side of the pants. It didn't go through. It's not like candy."
I don't
or
get
something.
that though. Jeans.
I didn't get it either, but it made so much, and I'm like, it didn't go through. It must not be candy.
Right. What the hell is this? Yeah, candy would have gone through. She's absolutely right. What the hell?
That was exactly the voice in my head. Oh my God, it didn't go through.
Oh my God, I can't even. Did I sleep cheat? What did I do?
Did I sleep cheat? Yeah, because I'm like, there's got to be an explanation behind this. I just have to figure out what it is, And I'm like trying to remember the last time I wore the pants and all this crazy fucking shit.
I think my wife has the answer. There you go. In the chat, Erin,
No,
there it is.
It was Professor Plum with the quadruple Pierce Johnson in the dark. Was that?
That's the answer to the.
Yeah.
That's the clue.
That's probably
That's crazy. That's a good one though. She got you. Do you guys do that to each other? Do you guys get each other like that?
Very, very rarely. Very, very rarely.
Okay.
Like messing around, like little things here and there, but never something like that setup was just.
Were you at all at any time like she's messing with me? Or you bought it 100%?
It happened so fast.
Yeah, it was just like an 8-minute bombardment of.
It was why you didn't get my text. So I'm already on the defense, like because that's her move. Did you get my text message? And I'm like, because it's always
fuck.
It's always like I'll be like, "Do you need anything?" And I won't get a response from her. Like if I'm out, I'm like, "Do you need anything before I come home?" I won't get a response from her. And then I'll walk in the door and she's like, where's the Diet Coke? And I'm like, what? And then sure enough, I look at it and she texted me like a second after I stopped looking at my phone for something, So I always feel bad about that. So she had me on tilt the second I walked through the door.
That's amazing. Way to go,
Yeah.
Cuddles.
Yeah, she had me on the run. I couldn't recover from it.
That's a great job.
Yeah, she did all right with herself. She did okay.
That's That is worthy of Practical Jokers.
Yeah, it sure is. Again, make sure if you like the Gilgo Beach Talk or the podcast in general, make sure you hit the like button, share button,
Yes.
follow us on Facebook, hit the follow button, make sure you're getting notifications, subscribe on YouTube,
The whole
Facebook.
thing. Share it. Yeah, share the episodes because we need you to spread the word a little bit.
Yeah.
That would help.
Yeah.
Also, get that Oval book. The Oval's out for sale, written by Erin C., my wife.
That's Frankie C's wife. Link in the description below if you want to purchase it. Also, the link in the description for our merch store. You can get some merch like Frank's wearing right there, his famous Coates shirt that he drew based off of his Coates sign that has mysteriously been in every single episode of the podcast.
It
I
has?
still don't know why.
Weird.
Bigger mystery than the Gilgo Beach murders, to be honest with you. But
Agreed.
maybe we'll solve that too one day. Who knows?
Nope.
Frankie C, it's a pleasure as always.
Likewise.
Jay Sabs, everybody in the live chat. Hello, replay crew. Appreciate you guys being here as well. We will catch you guys on the next episode on Wednesday.
Show me potato salad. Maybe we should go now.
Go ahead.